Welcome to all you Scorpios. Welcome for the last monthly horoscope for 2014, and that's for December. And yes, good news, isn't it? Finally Saturn shifts into another sign, and I mentioned that in the yearly horoscopes that for some people they will feel the Saturn in Scorpio again, but it's only for a little percentage of people. Those who have 28 to 29 degrees of Scorpio planets there on Earth or an ascendant there. That's only going to be a couple of months in June up until I think September or something. But there are some things that are very important. Saturn shifting, of course, but also Pluto and Uranus, and a fixed star, Vega, which I'm going to talk about, and also Jupiter going backwards. So let's start with Saturn. So I think for a lot of Scorpios have, well, the ones I've seen in my readings, in my consultations, who have planets in Scorpio, and people that I know, in my experience, there's this whole new Scorpio, and there's this authority almost there. Because Saturn that went through your first house means authority, being your own authority, and you have established that, you know, during the last 2 years, depending on where Saturn was in at your particular degree of your sign or your horoscope. So a lot of Scorpios have had intense times by redefining themselves, but by you know, more is less is more. I'm sorry, less is more. And Scorpio is already a sign that is about less is more, you know. And they have become stronger. They're already strong, but they have become stronger. It has given them strength. And also relationships have changed. New relationships have come in and probably become very serious, very committed. So it doesn't mean to say that Saturn is in your sign, you commit yourself to yourself, but also indirectly with other people. Probably some people who are now more suiting you with the new you. Not that they were worse or better, but they are vibrating with you. And that's nice. And now it's shifting into your second house, which is the house of talent, your talents. It's the house of your confidence. It's the house of your resources. For a lot, it's money, of course, as well. So that's the area where you're going to work hard. So it's a bit, I'm not going to say it's less interesting, but it's less as crucial, because the first house is the most important house. When you've got a planet like Saturn there, it was very crucial. So in other words, you will of course do your work there when it comes to those areas that has to do with your confidence, that has to do with your talents, that has to do with your resources. Maybe your focus will be a bit more there when it comes to hard work. Maybe some Scorpios will have to redefine their financial situation, have to look at reality, you know, that comes, my financial situation, if I continue like this, I will have to work things out to improve, and the chances are that you're going to do that, but it takes a bit time. It takes a bit of extra time to make that happen. So that's not going to be that difficult, I think, for you Scorpios. Then the other thing that's nice for you is Jupiter going backwards in the 10th house. Now, Jupiter going backwards is not a bad thing, I think. It simply shows retrograde, always shows reflection times. And with Jupiter, it's certainly a reflection time, and it's a reflection time that has to do with standing still and looking at the meaning of what you do. So what you are doing now when it comes to work, probably when it comes to your connection to maybe a parent or maybe authorities, because the 10th house is also authorities, maybe there's something that you want to redo, that you want to apply in a different way in the near future. Or maybe you're going to change jobs, and it has to do, the job in the future has to do more with Jupiter, which is more maybe you giving a message there. Jupiter is spreading messages of belief, spreading knowledge. And in a fire sign, so in Leo, you will do it from the heart. Or maybe whatever you do, it's a good thing to don't see things too narrowly when it comes to work. So you can expand when it comes to work, and especially I think after Jupiter goes direct again in April, I think in April of next year. But now it seems to me that you're thinking about how you're going to do that. So it will go maybe a bit slower than you used to, or than you thought. But that's not a bad thing. It means that it's going to be more meaningful for you, your work and what you do, or what you want to do for contributing to society. But a very important thing as well is, as I said, the fixed star Vega that is activated here, and the Pluto-Uranus square that is activated. And with activated, I mean Pluto-Uranus is in a square for a long time. And now it's one of those months that it is exact again. So this is in December, and 1 year, I think, is it March or April? I think it is March next year. But this is also a time where there is this stress aspect. But a stress aspect in that way that is an enormous stimulus to for potential to come out and to come through. So that's why the square is there, to force people to reach that potential. And for you, it's not that challenging because you're not a cardinal sign. And on the contrary, Pluto is sextiling your sign Scorpio, which shows that it goes more easily for you. And the Pluto is in your 3rd house. It's squaring up to Uranus in the 6th. So I think, and what is happening, this square, there are other planets who are very quickly, faster planets in other words, Venus and Mercury, traveling together and connecting to Pluto. They're going to be together with Pluto and squaring up to Uranus indirectly. What does that mean? Well, they're not only going to connect with Pluto, they're also going to connect with a fixed star that is called Vega. And this is a double whammy, because the fixed star Vega is associated with Venus and Mercury. And it is the planets that are associated with this fixed star that is going through that star. What does it mean? It means a very gentle, respectful, refined communication. And it's in the house of communication. It's in your 3rd house. So what does it mean in a practical level? Well, maybe you've got something very, very profound, deep to say, and it's going to come across very profound and deep, and it's going to have an impact. It can be either you that is going to say something very important, or another person, maybe a sibling, maybe someone from your neighborhood, or maybe someone else that is saying something to you that has a huge impact on you understanding yourself better, and you becoming, because of that information, becoming stronger, feeling powerful because of that piece of information. So whatever it is of course, the December month is the month of celebration. So maybe you're gonna see something or meet someone or get a message in your email box. It's really going to be deeply, powerfully come across, and that will have an effect for the rest of 2015. In fact, it's so powerful and because it's a double whammy, and that fixed star is very benefic. So yes, maybe you are a bit afraid of something is on your chest and you're afraid of saying it. It's a good time to do so, especially around the 2 last weeks of the month. And if you do it in an integrity, with you being very in line with yourself, with your higher self, or with the divine, if you believe in God or if you believe in the universe, then you can say something very powerful. You can or someone else can say something that give you really that deep connection and that deep love as well, because Venus is involved. So it's something, it's your cup of tea, isn't it? Scorpios like deep, intense stuff. So so that's something to look forward to. And I think that's the most important thing. So a Scorpio month, absolutely, it's not going to be a light month, the month of December, because this Pluto-Uranus is so activated. And the Saturn in Sagittarius, that's the last thing I want to say, is about wisdom by experience. So the planet Saturn, that is all about reality and experiencing on a real level. And Sagittarius is all about knowledge and about expansion. So everyone will have this paradox when it comes to understanding and reality, and when it comes to vision. So a lot of people will try to manifest their beliefs and opinions, and hopefully in a wise way, you know, with respect to others and respect to your own vision, so that you don't let people walk all over you. But with you, as I said, it has to do more with your talents. It has to, maybe you're going to try to improve your talents during this, as from December, or maybe a bit later in next year. So thank you very much for watching, dear Scorpios. Have a good month. Have an interesting, deep month. Spread my videos if you want to, because I want them to be a bit more views, only if you want to, of course. And thank you for watching, thank you for supporting me through the whole year. I'm very grateful for your support of your Scorpios, which is always intense, deep, committed support. Having said that, thank you for watching, and see you next year. Bye bye.